Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting one because it is actually my first ever kind of PR package, which is really exciting. I actually did want to say thank you guys. I did hit 1,000 subscribers the other day and that is really major. I know I'm still very small and you know 1,000 subscribers is nothing compared to the millions that some people have, but it does mean a lot to me. I've been doing this for about 6 months now and this actually is like really cool to reach milestones like that. And so there will also be a giveaway coming up shortly, so if you're new here and you want to win something pretty soon, go ahead and subscribe because it'll be good. But yeah, I just figured I would just let you guys know. Essentially, Hush reached out to me, or Shop Hush reached out to me and said that they'd like to send me some of the palettes that they feature on their website. So mostly I just got eyeshadow palettes, which is pretty cool, and that they wanted me to just kind of show you guys what it's all about. I figured I would. I told them yes, as long as I can be honest, because you guys know honesty matters a lot to me and I'm not afraid of giving a negative review. You guys know that very well because, yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the video. So Shop Hush did send me 6 total palettes and I have the box in my lap right now because that's the easiest way to do it. And I'm sure you guys are going to quickly be able to realize these similarities these palettes may have to other ones. So the first palette I'll show you guys today is the Bad Habit Aura palette. Look familiar? And the next palette that I have is same. They're all by Bad Habit, and this is the Retro Love palette. Look familiar? And then, let's see. And then I have the Royals palette. So if you guys can tell already, these palettes definitely look like duplicates of the Modern Renaissance palette. I will say that the Bad Habit palettes do not have the same size packaging. The Royals one is slightly longer and the pans are slightly bigger. The Royals is definitely a pretty kind of close dupe for the Modern Renaissance, which is kind of cool. Real quick, let's go ahead. There's 3 other palettes that I haven't shown you, but I figured that these 3 are Anastasia Beverly Hills dupes and might as well just do them in kind of a group. So let me show you guys real quick some of the swatches. So in all of the palettes, they did kind of rearrange the shades, so it's not very blatant, but not completely. So some of the shades I want to compare are the Antique Bronze shade and then the Honor shade in the Royals palette. I'll go ahead and just do kind of some swatches on the back of my hand for you guys. Oh wow. I haven't even done these comparisons yet. Guys, look at that. That is... Can you tell which one's which? So this one is Anastasia and that one's the Hush palette or Bad Habit. And then maybe I'll do Red Ochre in Modern Renaissance, which I just dropped. And then Royals, I will do the Rain shade because that looks like it's kind of supposed to be the dupe. I feel like with this one you can probably tell. This one is a lot more sheer. This is the Royals palette and then this is Modern Renaissance. Quick side note, if you guys are interested in the look that I did today, I just posted a video on the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette where I did this whole very rosy look. So I'll go ahead and throw it up in the cards. You guys can also check my very last video. By the way, I do want to just note, Hush is not paying me for this video at all. They did send me the products for consideration, but they definitely did not offer me any sort of amount of money. They just sent me the palettes and said, hey, you know, review them. Show them on your channel if you can. So I said I agreed, just so you guys aren't thinking that I'm getting paid for a good review, just so you know. And then these palettes, the let's see, Aura, Royals, and the Retro Love palette. Aura is actually $12, so $2 more, so that's the Prism kind of dupe. And then Retro Love and Royals are $10 each. The Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes all retail for $42, so that's a $32 difference, or $30 for the Aura one. The other shades I'm kind of intrigued about are the shimmer shades. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch Vermeer and Queen. And then I want to do Primavera and Crown. So my swatches of Primavera and Crown kind of mixed together, but they're very similar. Primavera and Queen are not as accurate. Queen is a little bit more pinky and darker. That's okay. And maybe we can do like a little brush test to see about like kickback if you guys care. Not too much. No. Yeah. I mean, they're not like subculture kind of kickback. They're actually really well pressed, I think. I do want to do a video on one of these palettes or several of these palettes if you guys want. I was kind of leaning towards one of the other palettes that I haven't shown you guys yet that are kind of like Huda Beauty dupes, and I don't have any Huda Beauty palettes, so just let me know in the comments which palette you kind of want to see. Then for Retro Love and Subculture, I feel like they didn't even really try to hide it. Like the packaging is even the same color, which is ridiculous. The other thing worth noting is that the Anastasia palettes come with brushes, and that is awesome. I actually think they're really good quality brushes too, so that's always worth noting. And you guys can see here, these shadows are very, very, very similar. I want to show you guys real quick. Let's do a little brush test in this one, because we all know Subculture was very, very dramatic because there was a bunch of kickback and it didn't blend. So let's do a little kind of example here. Let's do this one. You know, we see, oh yeah, we see that. That's bad. It gets all over that shade Electric, which I often actually have to clean if I ever use this palette. The one thing I will say is, like, Electric, I remember those shades not being very good, like the duochrome ones not being very good. I do want to show you real quick. Let's go ahead and just try the dupe shade in this one to see if there's there's not as much kickback. It does have a little bit, but it mostly gets on the brush and not the palette, which is great. I want to show you a quick swatch comparison, and I will do a live swatch for this one so you guys don't think I'm bullshitting. I'm clumsy, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put Electric on my middle finger, and then the dupe shade, which is Icon, on the Retro Love palette. You guys can just see right there. You guys can see just the difference on my fingers, how much better pigmented it actually is. Let me show you on the swatch. I honestly think that Bad Habit, or Hush in this case, showed up on Anastasia. They actually got these duochrome shades down. They're not very duochrome-y, but they're shimmery and they're actually pigmented. Again, I'm going to show you the shade Psychedelic, which is the shade that's the dupe for Cube in Subculture, which is that kind of pinky purpley. Again, on my middle finger is Subculture, and on my index is Psychedelic. I definitely think they're different in this case. This one is Anastasia and this one is Bad Habit, or Hush. They are definitely pretty pigmented, both of them. I definitely think that the Retro Love palette one has a little bit more punch and metallicness and shine, you know, and I do have to wet Cube from the Subculture palette always, and I do not feel like with these shades I would have to wet them at all to make them show up. And let's just do a few more kind of shade swatches here. I'm kind of digging my nails into all of these, sadly, but let's go ahead. I want to do Rock and Roll and All Star. I have 2 more fingers, so I will do let's do Free Love and Axis. So this one is actually the Retro Love palette, and then this one, Anastasia, you can actually see they're actually, Anastasia is less pigmented. I'm curious how that one would blend. I haven't put them on my eyes yet. And then this one is Retro Love, and then this one is the Subculture palette. So that one is a little bit less pigmented, but probably blends more because I remember that shade being awful to blend. Again, let me know what palette you guys want to see, because I can do all of them. I don't mind. It'll take me some time, but I will do them. But I already from Swatches, if you're curious about colors like these and you don't want to risk buying a $42 palette that doesn't blend or perform well, go with the Retro Love. And the other thing worth mentioning is Hush does not just sell makeup, they also sell skincare. They do have an app actually, but I'm just pulling it up on the website itself. They have all kinds of palettes. They have highlighting palettes, they have contour palettes, they have eyeshadow palettes. They're mostly popular for their palettes in this case. They have sheet masks. They're very, very inexpensive too, and they do have free shipping on any order over $25, which is pretty good. I totally thought they had clothes, but they actually don't. They're just makeup. They do have it separated into, you know, lips, eyes, face, cheeks, skincare, brushes, and tools. I'm kind of intrigued by the brushes and tools because I like brushes, and brushes can be very expensive. They have some really cool things. They have some app exclusives, which is kind of interesting. The next, we do have the Aura palette, which definitely is, ooh, they have the peelies, guys. Wait, oh, I lost it. Hold on. Yes, and you guys can see, These palettes are also very similar. The one thing I want to note is that I did actually review the Prism palette, and the shimmer shades are actually a lot better in this palette than they were in Subculture, but they still need work. A lot of them got hard pan really quickly, and even I don't put damp brushes in the shadow. I usually pick up the shadow then dampen it to avoid getting hard pan, but I don't feel like this palette would do that. Let me do some swatch comparisons real quick, just so I can kind of show you. Not to bag on Anastasia in this case, but I want to show you the worst palette, or the worst shades in this case. So this is Destiny from Bad Habit, or Aura. This is Osiris, and there's a little bit of, you know, kickback. So those are right next to each other, and you can see that they're very similar. Osiris from the actual Prism palette has a little like pink shimmer throughout it, which is pretty interesting. We'll also do Ethereal, and Dimension from the Prism palette. See, this one's a little bit, they're not just exact dupes, but they're very, very, very close. And very just creamy, smooth shadows. Let's see some of the mattes in this case. I'm doing Energy and Sphere, which were the bright yellows. Again, on this side is the Bad Habit, and this side is the Anastasia. And then this is Ecstasy from the Bad Habit palette, and this is Aura from the, or no, this is Ecstasy and this is Throne. Again, they're not exact dupes. They look very alike in the pan, but when you swatch them out, they're kind of different. I still think that this is pretty cool. Like, this is actually like really, really close. They have bigger pans. I'm not sure if they have more product. Let me see. 0.035. Ooh. So these actually have 0.015 more ounces per shade, which is actually really cool for $30 less. They don't come with a brush still. So those were kind of those Anastasia dupes. And then we also have the Inferno palette, which I heard is one of Hush's best-selling palettes. Inferno, to me, sounds and looks a lot like the Naked palette. Naked Heat, I should say. And you guys know I'm a palette junkie, so I of course have it, and I figured I'd show you that even the packaging is very similar. Again, you can kind of hear the brush rattling in there. The Heat palette from Urban Decay actually comes with a brush. Now I like that this one isn't such a blatant dupe, but the shades are very similar. So let's do some comparisons here. So this one is Hotspot from the Inferno palette, and this one is He Devil from the Heat palette. Ooh, very similar. Very equally as creamy, as blendable, at least from a swatch. I'm gonna go ahead and do Burn from the Inferno palette and Enfuego from the Heat palette. Yeah, you guys, these feel very, very similar. Really good quality shadows for just such a cheap price, which is weird to me, but really neat. When it comes to my morals, I think about this a lot when it comes to brands like Makeup Revolution or now Hush, where they do basically blatantly dupe out a palette that people spend a lot more money for. I think in a way it's like, come on, like, can't you just do the good formula for cheap in your own shades kind of thing? You guys know what I'm saying? But I think to get attention and to get the kind of hype around it, they need to dupe out those more expensive palettes, which makes sense to me from a kind of business standpoint as well. I want to go ahead and just do like full swatches of this palette for you guys, just so you guys can kind of see. I'll just do kind of each quadrant because I have 4 fingers to swatch with. I have a thumb too, but I don't like swatching with my thumb. So here's White Hot, Baked, Glow, and Flames. So that is that quadrant. Very freaking pigmented, guys. Like, that is beautiful. And I will say, for all these kinds of palettes, the packaging is nice, but it's not as nice as, you know, the Anastasia or Urban Decay ones. So, and then I'm going to go in with Lit, Blaze, Bonfire, and Burn. I know that I already swatched, you know, some of these, but I figured I'd show you again. Wow. So that is that quadrant. Again, beautiful, beautiful palettes. Or beautiful shades, I should say. Those shimmers, too. Shimmers and metallics are really difficult sometimes, and at least from what it seems, for certain brands. No shade intended, but, you know, gotta call out brands when they're doing stuff that, you know, they could be doing better at. And then in between swatches, I'm just cleaning off my hand with a towel and some rose water. Or not rose water, witch hazel. For this one, the final quadrant is Warmth, Smolder, Hotspot, Oops, and Ignite. I kind of did that one wrong. And these shades don't look like they really belong to like the Heat palette or anything like that, but still very, very pretty. Pigmented. This kind of, that smolder shade, that kind of plummy kind of shade, it does seem a little patchy, but upon, you know, trying to blend it out with my hand, I mean, you can blend this out with your finger. That is ridiculous. Look, I was able to like blend that out with my finger, how creamy it is. Wow. And then my camera is dying, so I want to quickly get to these palettes. These ones are probably the most exciting for me because these definitely look like the Huda Beauty palettes. I don't have the Huda Beauty palettes to compare to, unfortunately, but you guys, these are just so pretty, and the formula I would say is very consistent. Let me just show you just a couple shades. This Crush shade is beautiful, Love, and let's do a matte, Lust. Wow, like seriously, I want to show you guys like the real beauty of these shades, and they're just so pretty. I do want to say Athena, this palette is the Athena palette. The other one was Aphrodite. This one has a little, I'm not going to say inconsistency. These shimmers are still very nice, but there is this one shade right here called Daring, and this is a pure pressed glitter. From what it looks like to me, it's called Daring, and you guys can see it has that texture of a glitter right there. When you sort of swatch it, it even feels a little gritty, and so, you know, I'm picking that up, and I'll show you how it swatches because it is just a little weird. And that's because it's a pressed glitter, and those shades are really difficult. Oh my god. With a shade like this, here's what I recommend to apply this, and I'll show you. So I'm going to clean off my hand to sort of demonstrate how you would want to use a shade like this. Again, just using my rose water and witch hazel, whatever it is, I forget. If you're going to apply this on the eyes, you want to start with a glitter primer. I'm just going to apply that with a brush onto my hand like I would any sort of glitter primer on my eyes. So I have this brush from Morphe. It's a Morphe 116. So I'm just kind of blending that out in my hand like I would on my eye. Just right here. And with the brush still having that product on it, I'm going to dip in this shade, which is definitely that pressed glitter. You can use a smaller, more targeted brush. You'll see that it allows you to pick up that pigment more kind of solid. Then on your eye, what you'd want to do is pat it right on that glitter primer. And you will get some chunks still because it is glitter. You know, you just kind of flatten it out onto the glitter primer again, and you get a really smooth, even glitter application. I really like that shade, and I'm really excited to use it. I think that is the one that I want to do a full kind of tutorial and review and swatches on. So if you guys like that palette, go ahead and let me know. I do want to do reviews on pretty much all of these, and I wouldn't mind doing that. I also, like I said, I am planning a giveaway for my 1,000 subscribers giveaway. I actually am considering just buying all of these palettes and giving those away as well, because I want you guys to try these. These are really cool. Again, you know, I received these for I wouldn't say necessarily PR, like they didn't like put me on the PR list or anything that I know of, but again, I received them for free, but I want you guys to try them. This shade, again, is really, really cool. You just gotta work with it, and you have to figure it out, and I did figure out, you know, you need to apply it with a brush, you need to have glitter primer on both your not hand, but your eye, and the brush in this case to allow you to pick it up. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. I wanted to show you this really exciting kind of video for me. You know, like I said, please let me know down below what palette you want to see a review on soonest. Today's Thursday. I will put this up probably Saturday and film it Sunday, but otherwise I'll just kind of film them whenever you guys want them. You guys know me, I will listen. Ask and you shall receive. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about any of these palettes, or you guys want to see some more, you know, in-depth swatches, you guys can always comment down below. You can also Snapchat me. I will reply. Feel free. You can DM me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be. But yeah, feel free to just let me know what you want to see, what you want. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like me or you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.